Welcome again to Ancient Tales for today. We're talking about the ancient tales, 古今, and this comes from a long time ago, and it talks in the beginning, at least, about the very beginnings, 最起初的起源. That's the beginnings of the world, the beginnings of human beings. Where did we come from? Last time we talked about gardening. Gardening. Okay, 这个原意, working in a garden, flower garden, the vegetable garden. Okay, and Adam and Eve lived there in a perfect world and everything. But have you ever wondered where Eve came from? Well, we're going to kind of go back now, and we're going to look at one of the stories, this just a little bit back. Where did we all come from? We'll be back in just a moment.
Story number 4. No longer alone. Who of us would want to live all on our own? What would it be like if you were the only person alive on the planet? No one to talk to, not one to share with, no one to be your friend. Would you like that? I doubt it. But in the ancient tales about the beginning, that was how it started. Adam was the very first human being, and he was alone. He named the birds and the animals, and as he decided on the names, Adam must have noticed that of all the birds and animals, he did not have a mate. He saw the male peacock with all of his glory, and the rather brownish female. He saw the male bull and the female cow. He saw the male lion and the female lioness, but there was no female human being. Adam fell into a deep sleep. I wonder what he might have been dreaming about. When he woke, his dream had come true. The Creator introduced him to Eve, who had been made from him. This beautiful woman was his mate, his very special companion. She would be beside him as they explored this wonderful world together. Imagine what that would have felt like, to finally not be alone any longer, but to have a very special friend, a wife, so you would not be lonely anymore. We're all like that. We are made for friendship, to be part of a family, to share together with our friends. We are social beings. We don't like to be left on our own, with nobody to talk to, with nobody to call our friend. Yet, even before Eve, Adam was not really alone, for Adam spoke to his Creator and shared together with him. So when you feel alone and without a friend, remember, you still have a friend.
Okay, this is lesson number 4, no longer alone. So we talked about the beginning, the creation. We talked about how God created Adam, and we already mentioned how Eve was created. But we really didn't go into that in very much detail. 没有很仔细地看. So we're going to look at that in a little bit more detail. Okay, now, to begin with, let's take a look. Who of us would want to live on our own? What does that mean? Who of us would like to live just by ourselves? No other people, just by ourselves. That would be boring, okay? 独自生活. Not, to me, not very impressive. It would be very boring, actually, okay? What would it be like if you were the only person on this planet? Planet, 我们的地球, our Earth, the planet Earth, okay? If you were the only person, only one, not one other person, no other men, no other women, just you, how would you feel? How would you would you feel like it wasn't very interesting? In fact, no one to talk to. 没有人可以跟他们讲话. No one to share with. Share meaning 分享. To share your ideas. To share your life with others. 没有人做你的朋友. No one to be your friend. No one to be your friend? Would you like that? I doubt it. 我真的怀疑. No, that would be awful. Just to be alone. But in the ancient tales about the beginning, remember? Beginning is 起源. So in the Gu Jing, as it talks about the beginning, that is how it started. 最起初开始的时候. That's the way it was. Adam was the first human being. Adam was created. Remember, a couple lessons ago it says God created him. Okay? 神创造亚当. What did he make him out of? He made him out of the dust of the ground. 这个地上的尘土. Dust of the ground. Okay? Adam was the first human being, and he was alone. 单独, 独自. Just by himself. Going on. He named the birds and the animals. Okay? So he gave names, 起名字, for the birds, the animals. Okay? And as he decided on the names, Adam must have noticed all the birds and animals had a mate. They're pale, a mate. So he gave them a name, and gave them a name, and he noticed 2 by 2. Okay? And he said, they are 2. There are 2 of them, but there's only 1 of me. He saw the male bull and the female cow. Male bull is 公牛. Okay? And female cow. 这个母牛. Okay? We don't say male cow. In English, we say male bull. The male bull is a 公牛, and the female cow. He saw the male lion, 狮子, right? Okay? 公的. And he saw the female 母狮子. Okay, so male, female, 公的母的. But there was no female human being. So he's thinking. Adam fell into a deep sleep. What does a deep sleep mean? 睡得很熟. Well, that's the way we say it nowadays. I had a deep sleep. Okay? 这个沉睡. Okay? I wonder what he must have been dreaming about. I wonder if he had dreams. Do you have dreams? I wonder what he dreamed about. 他梦见什么? Maybe he was dreaming about the animals. Maybe he was dreaming about the Creator. And when he woke up, his dream came true. 他所梦见的就成真了. It really came true. The Creator introduced him to Eve. Introduced him to Eve. And Eve had been made from him. Wow. That was an impressive dream. And his dream came true. So there you have it, the beginnings of the creation. But we're not done. Definitely not done. We're going to take a little break, and then we'll be back in a few minutes, and we'll look at the second half of today's tale. Lena, how are you?
我挺好的. I'm fine, thank you.
Good. Okay, let's take a look at a Bible text. It's in Ecclesiastes 4:9, beginning in verse 9.
这个是传道书的第4章，朋友们，你有圣经的话可以翻开哦。
Okay, so here we go. 2 are better than 1, because they have a good return for their work. If one falls down, his friend can help him up. But pity the man who falls and has no one to help him up. Also, if 2 lie down together, they will keep warm. But how can one keep warm alone?
艾老师，你知道吗？我结婚之后啊，我就觉得所罗门他写的很有智慧，很棒的。所以朋友们，我帮您读中文的啊，传道书的4章第9节开始，2个人总比1个人好，因为2人劳碌同得美好的果效。若是跌倒，这人可以扶起他的同伴；若是孤身跌倒，没有别人扶起他来，这人就有祸了。再者，2人同睡就都暖和，1人独睡怎能暖和呢？
So the whole idea is 2 are better than 1.
对。
I imagine for a while you were quite happy by yourself, but now you must be happier with 2 people.
对，是的，我想朋友们也会了解，2个人在一起的时候会觉得很有勇气，是不是？因为有同伴嘛，对吧？
Very, very good. Well, I think we'll stop there. Okay, here we come back, and we just looked at the beginnings of, well, we had Adam first, And then from Adam's, the ancient tale says, from his rib, Eve was made. Okay? Okay? When he woke up, his dream came true. This beautiful woman was his mate. The beautiful woman, okay? The beautiful lady, the beautiful woman was 他的配偶, okay? His very special companion, okay? See, our lesson is about no longer alone, and how do you solve? 你怎么解决这个孤单the best way to do is to have a companion, 伴侣. Now Eve is his very special companion. She would be beside him. She would walk beside him, okay, as they explored. Now, here's a good word. What does it mean to explore? Explore means to look, to go places, to find things that you've never done before. Maybe in Chinese you could say 探索, okay? So to go explorers, exploring, okay? So they explored this wonderful world, 奇妙的世界. But the last word in that line, notice it, they explored the world together. 一起去探索. They walked side by side. I often say, maybe I will say later on, but I take the opportunity now. The best thing you can do is to go on walks with your companion. 最好是跟你的配偶、你的伴侣一起走路、散步。Good idea. Imagine what it felt like. Imagine, 想象, okay? 想象 what it felt like. What 你有什么样的感觉? Finally, 终于 not be alone. No longer alone. Not alone. 没有单独，没有独自。Okay? Okay. No longer 不再有这样。Okay? But to have a very special friend, a wife, 妻子. Sometimes we say 太太 or whatever. He had a wife. A wife, so you would not be lonely anymore. A very special wife to make him no longer lonely. I wonder if that's one of the reasons why men have wives and wives have husbands. 为什么? So that we will not be lonely, we will be together. Okay, we're all like that. You and me. We are no different than Adam. Adam was lonely, 很寂寞. And we can get lonely too. We are made for friendship. We are made to make friends. Okay? We are to be friends. We need to be 很友善. Okay? 我们要做朋友. Okay? We are supposed to be part of a family. Okay? A big family. 非常大的家庭. We call this 人类. The human race. People. We're a big family. God created us so that we would be related and have a relationship with each other. We are supposed to share with our friends. What does it mean to share? Share means 这个互相 okay? 互相分享 okay? Our happinesses, our sadnesses, our things. We are social beings. We are social beings. Okay? Social, 社交 okay? 的生物 社交的生物 We don't live alone. We're social. We live together. We don't like to be left on our own. When everybody leaves and you're all alone, how do you feel? Well, I don't know about you, but when people leave and somebody very special leaves, I don't feel so good. I really don't. I just, you feel lonely, alone. Because there's nobody to talk to. Nobody to call our friend. 没有人可以做我们的朋友. Yet, before Eve, Adam was not really alone. Okay? 夏娃还没有创造 Eve 还没有created. Adam wasn't really alone, for Adam spoke to his creator, 跟创造主一起谈天了. They shared together, 互相这个分享. They talked together. So, when you feel alone, without a friend, 好像没有朋友, remember, you have a friend. Friend? You don't make sense. You have no friend, but you have a friend. God is still there, and you can be his friend. Okay, Lena, we're going to review 文习, at least one word or two here. What are social beings?
是的，刚开始我看这个字的时候，我也有点不明白。后来看看下边才知道，这是说我们人呐，都是群体的生物，是不是？群体的动物，就是要和人来往的，社交，有社交生活的。
So, what is the value of being a social being?
那是价值，是不是
Yeah.
Value 是价值。
Right. Is that we depend upon other people, don't we? Well, that's about all the time we have. Stay by, we have more coming. No longer alone. Well, now we come down to the end, and what have we learned? Well, we have learned from the last few lessons that there was a beginning, and the beginning was not evolutionary, 不是从进化而来的. So, what else do we learn? We learn that really Adam and Eve were created in the image of God, 按照上帝的形象而创造的. Actually, Adam was created in the image of God, and Eve was created from Adam. Okay? Because Adam needed a companion, 需要一个伴侣, somebody to be with him. Wow, that's important. And I'm glad that you joined us in today's lesson, because even though these are very, very simple, the story comes from a very ancient book that, at least for me, I trust this book. And we will have many, many more stories to look and to see that it is really reliable, 是非常可靠的. So with that, we're going to wish you the very best, and hoping that you will join us for another interesting lesson from the ancient tales for today. Until then, see you.
That's all for today, and thanks for watching. If you like Ancient Tales for Today, please visit atft.chinesehope.tv. You may also contact us by writing to ancienttalesfortoday@gmail.com. Again, that's ancienttalesfortoday@gmail.com. Tell your friends about Ancient Tales for Today. See you next time.